What's up, Reefers? Welcome back to Ash's Reef and to my channel. Here is a quick video on how the tank did while I was gone for 3 weeks. So just before I left, which was July the 28th, I had some arrangements made while the tank's been on autopilot mode. So I had, good, I would say a 40-gallon RODI drum, 40-rain drum, which was at this spot right here. So that was just to supplement the auto top off. And in addition to that, I had a couple of wise cams, one on my display and one on my sump, so that I can keep an eye on, just to see the tank and how everything is doing and whatnot. Also, I had one of my friend who was every other day or two would come and feed frozen to the fishes, as well as dose the aqua forest supplements, that A, B, V, and E regimen that I follow. So, and that's pretty much it. For my water test and dosing, I had Trident set up. So Trident pretty much did test the the calcium, the alkalinity, and the magnesium, and it auto dosed using the 2 DOS pumps that I had it connected. So that helped in maintaining the parameters as well. So with the exception of a couple of frags, the tank pretty much fared really well, as you guys can see. Pretty much all the SPS held on to the coloration and growth and whatnot. Excuse me. But other than that, there are a couple of frags that I'm not sure what's going on with these guys. So if you guys can see this Walida, it bleached from the top, but there is nice encrusting at the base, and I'm hoping it should come back. And same thing with, let me see if I can zoom it. Here is a small frag of pink Cadillac. This one also bleached. Here we go. My yellow tang is just on a photo bomb. So this one also bleached from the top, but there is coloration at the base where it's encrusting. So these 2 frags is what I'm concerned about. I'm not sure what's going on. I've never seen something that starts bleaching from the top and it extends to the bottom. But this is not, since I came back, the bleaching haven't been to the base. It's just on the top. Could be, I know that my nitrates went low, and maybe that might be a factor in bleaching. But at the same time, all my other SPS are doing excellent. Here is a nice colony of a pink Cadillac, which has quadrupled in size since the time I had it. Of course, my Walt Disney is doing great. You guys can see the polyp extension. It's very happy. Coming on the left hand side here is my Reefer Orange Passion, and you guys can see how flurry this is with nice polyp extension. So that tells me that the SPSs are doing great. It's just that maybe some frags might have gone down south. You never know. So I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm not gonna make any major changes. All I did was replaced my GFO or row of force, and that's the only change I have done. Nothing else. No big difference in terms of adjusting the dose or anything. So I'm just hoping that the tank will eventually bounce back, because we panic if you see something like this, and then the next thing you do is you want to make those big changes, and that can definitely affect your tank. This past week I added a couple of fishes. So here's one of the addition to the tank, the Fowlery tank. It's a baby still, so we'll see, and I will definitely be interested in seeing the progression of its growth. It's one of my one of the favorite fishes that I love in the tank family. And then I also added a copper band butterfly in the hopes of taking care of my aptasia outbreak. Now it's gonna only time will tell how it has controlled my aptasia outbreak. So far so good. It's a very good, he haven't gone after any of my corals, so I see it going after here and there small little worms and whatnot, so which is great. But definitely it has been a good citizen and an addition to the tank so far, and I'm just hoping that it survives in my tank and adapts to the frozen. I do have the LRS Reef Frenzy that I feed, and I'm hoping that it should be grabbing that very soon. Also, I added a Melanurus wrasse just to keep any pest under control. Right here is already working. What an active fish! I mean, a great addition to any reef tank. It's always busy in finding any pods or any kind of pest and whatnot, and just keeps working. It's like a workhorse. And definitely one of the reason why I added him in the tank is to keep if there are any pests or anything, to keep in check. This colony of red dragon, I'm not sure what is going on. It started bleaching from the top, but it's such a slow bleach, so I'm not, I know red dragon has one of the very finicky coral. It will do really well, and then one fine day it will just decide to go down south. So I'm not that worried about it. I'll just let it do its thing, and hopefully it bounces back. The last thing I want to do is make any big changes and shock the overall system. Here is a full tank shot of the tank. All my Anthias are doing excellent. I'm really happy. They have pretty much settled in my tank. I added these guys somewhere around March of this year, and I added 10 lyre-tail females, out of which I lost one the very next week, but after that all the 9 have been there, and out of 9, one has already started to convert into male, which is right there. So he's turned into male, and keeps everybody else in check. All my other tanks are doing great. My Desjardins, the purple did showed some kind of aggression towards the fowleri, but not so much. They have pretty much accepted it now. And my Desjardins, for some reason, showed aggression towards the purple, not the purple, I'm sorry, towards the copper band butterfly. But nonetheless, no issue. It eventually worked out, and they hang around. It doesn't bother my copper band anymore. The copper band does its thing. My black storm clowns pair is doing excellent. No issue whatsoever. So all my livestock are really healthy, and that's a great sign that the water is doing excellent. In your tank. Here is my torch garden, flourishing as usual. Doing excellent. This is one of my favorite sections of the tank. My mushroom garden is doing great as well, and of course my Euphorbia garden is doing great as well. Here is a quick side view of the tank, and you can see the size of the pink Cadillac colony. It's doing great, really awesome, and it's growing well. And here's how the tank looks from the side. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for hanging around. Just wanted to update you guys on how the tank has done so far, and how did it did while I was gone. And I'm really happy that I installed Trident on this system. Really happy the way how it has worked and maintain my parameters. So until next episode, guys, happy reefing, peace, and keep enjoying reefing. Take care.